Whether today we are reading from about lecture, and it says were there advanced human beings in the past Kali Yugas? Oh yes. So were there advanced beings in the past Kali Yugas? What about past Kali Yugas? Who were the people living during these times? The post-industrial civilizations like ours, they should have left a lot of artifacts we could recognize. And now why don't we find them? So where has it all gone? Is somebody would wonder it. So one could many times one leads to question the existence of human beings in the past Kali Yugas, to get a hang of or understanding of how the changes happen and the cause of it and how people adapted to it. So learn from from all this um, records. So the curiosity either would rise or would be, addressed. So according to Vedas, whatever is given in the chronological order about how the yugas, they are changing. So last Kali Yuga, it started 4.532 million years ago. In the Big Bang and the Sages, there's a book by one author. He makes the, I don't remember his name, but I have not read it. But here this mentions it. Here some name is mentioned, and I don't know. I'll have to verify. So the Big Bang and the Sages, it makes a point that time on our planet goes at a rate of 2 per 1 compared to the time in Bhumandal. Therefore, 4.32 million years should be multiplied by 2 to get the dates according to the planet. Therefore, taking this factor into account, we can calculate that the last Kali Yuga started 8.64 million years ago according to the local time. So these are some of the speculations, and they help in if they are addressed in a healthy way in a positive direction. So what about past Kali Yugas? Post-industrial civilizations from these periods would be living in the same whatever dimension that we live today. They should have left a lot of artifacts we could recognize. And why do the archaeologists not find the artifacts from technologically advanced civilizations, which are uh, which are the as per the comparison rate of 2 per 1? As per that, why these archaeological findings do not mention those artifacts? So how did it vanish up? That is one the wonder. What we are at about the middle of the day of Brahma. Therefore, there are already 500 Kali Yugas before us. So this is the calculation somebody has done, and I read it, and I'm just wondering what led to this. So first of all, there is indication that things go the same way in all Kali Yugas. Of course, the main factor is the moral degradation and the spread of sinful activities. Falsity, atheism, and so on always go on more or less the same way, but there is no indication that human beings always develop their civilization as in the manner we did. So this the main factor, the moral degradation. Otherwise, today we see so many countries are there. First, there was a very limited number of countries, and now we see that there are more than 200 countries. We can't even find there. We'll have to refer to a very authentic book to find out how many countries at the moment listed on the map. And if there are some countries which are not listed on the map and they continue their operations, we don't know this facts actually. So, and there is no indication that now there is no indication, first of all, that things go the same way in all Kali Yugas. The main factor now, as we saw, that the fall down, the falsity because of the sinful tendencies. Now the moral degradation and the falsity. So this is prevalent more or less all the time. On In Srimad Bhagavatam, it is described that in some past Kali Yuga, human beings were able to travel in space and attack other planets until the until this avatar of Buddha happened, hmm, who taught the principle of ahimsa. Now, the verse reads that when the atheists, after being well versed in the Vedic scientific knowledge, annihilate inhabitants of different planets, flying unseen in the sky on well built rockets prepared by the great scientist Maya, they called it Maya, the great scientist, the Lord will bewilder their minds by dressing himself attractively as Buddha and will preach on sub religious principles. So this the Buddha incarnation now in our time, what is the incarnation of Buddha, and in other Kali Yugas, how is the incarnation of Buddha doing? This verse was spoken by Brahma at the beginning of his current day. He speaks in the future because it is a future from his perspective, but these are events that already happened, and we know why. Srila Jiva Goswami, he confirms that this event happened in some past Kali Yuga and not on some other planet and not on some other planet. We can see that at this time, human beings were able to establish contact with the asuras in the lower planets and get some Vedic technology from them that allowed them to build spaceships and mystic weapons that they used to attack other planets. The weapons were powered by mantras and not mechanical or electronic arrangement as we see today in the world, today's world of material science, where energy conversion from one form to other is on rise, and that is as if the norm which is going on, and we feel we are very intelligent, we could do this or that, but it is not intelligence at all, it is just exploiting the resources. So thus they would probably not be something that we would recognize as technology if found under the ground. Now these human beings were able to interact with the asuras and other inhabitants of Bhumandal. It is also questionable if they are living in the same gross dimension as us. It's more plausible, it's more likely that they could still be living in some other dimension just as inhabitants of Dwapar. So we should consider that although atheists, they were still following Vedic culture and were able to use mantras just as inhabitants of past eras. So in today's world, if anybody is chanting some mantra, we feel that he's a devotional or a spiritual minded. But asuras are also chanting mantras. And what are they doing with the mantras? They're using this energy to attack other planets. And they are advanced in they are very much advanced in making the mystic weapons. So it's not any advancement actually. Now, when it comes to weapons, then we are today using the online media, and it is also one of the mystic weapon of today's world, the online media. But if you, the intent with which you are using all that matters. Now, the technological civilizations as of now, uh, what are they? They there is no evidence of it, uh, as we would imply the massive use of fossil fuels and nuclear energy. It's not possible to create industrial revolution without the large use of coal oil. As it advances, nuclear power would be eventually discovered. However, there's nothing to suggest that this was the case because the reserves of oil, coal, and the these nuclear powers on our planet appear to have been intact at the time of the beginning of industrial revolution. Now this means that the human beings in other Kali Yugas never passed the intermediate stage. We can see that some metal and other artifacts like stones from some periods, they coincide with the past Kali Yugas, but nothing that could be described as technologically advanced. So this is the state. Now, what about appearance of human beings in the past Kali Yugas? There is no evidence to support that they always look the same either. And even nowadays, there's a great variation in the appearance of human beings from different areas. What to say about the difference in appearance between someone from from the the other world, from Africa, or someone from the Europe? The human lineage is restarted at the beginning of every yuga that begins with Satya Yuga. So when advanced beings repopulate our planet after the devastation caused by Kalki, so human beings are created in a very elevated stage and the human race goes through a long process of devolution during the course of the yugas. This is a long process that takes millions of years and creates a lot of different possibilities. In this way, human beings in different Kali Yugas may look quite different as well as have different languages and cultures. Bones from humans from past Kali Yugas, if found, could thus look different from bones of from contemporary human beings and thus end up classified as different species. So again, we see that the artifacts found by modern archaeology support the historical accounts given in Vedas instead of the opposite. So why is it said that the development of advanced technology happened only in Kali Yuga we are living in? It may have something to do with the Sankirtan movement of Mahaprabhu. So in every Kali Yuga, an incarnation of Vishnu comes as a golden avatar to bring the dharma for the age, the chanting of the holy names. In these other Kali Yugas, the degradation happens more slowly and remnants from the Vedic civilization from Dwapar per day or for more time. Everything happens more slowly and predictably. Once on the day of Brahma, where Krishna appears in his original form and later comes as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to reveal the maximum extent of love of Godhead, something that is only partially manifested in other Kali Yugas. So, when this happens, the events are much more dramatic. All the powerful demons of the universe take birth in Dwapar and are killed by Lord, and the demons who are not fortunate to be killed by him take birth in Brahmin families at the beginning of the Kali Yuga and accelerate the degradation, completely destroying Vedic culture from inside. During the Middle Ages, humanity degrades to a level close to what is found at the end of Kali Yuga, with starving people working for a piece of bread, and life expectancy in many parts of the world falling as low as 30 years. Now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes to bring his Sankirtan movement, so technical advancements creates the conditions for it to spread over the world, including fast means of transportation and communication as planes and internet. It seems the appearance of such tools in just this yuga has a purpose after all in this Kali Yuga, because many people, not many of the people, especially in India, they do not know this concept of using technology and or advances in the service of the Lord. They would say this is this person who's advising this, he doesn't know knowledge, he doesn't have any knowledge, they will say so, because they are conditioned so. So Hindu scholars from the past centuries had the idea that the Puranas are not historical accounts; they were giving away stories that have spiritual significance, but a little practical meaning. So Prabhupada, however, insisted that the descriptions from Bhagavatam as well as other Puranas, they should be accepted in a literal sense as concrete historical facts. Now, interestingly enough, now the branches of modern science such as astronomy, archaeology are producing data that allow us to verify and support the historical claims made in the Puranas, making the point that although very difficult to understand, the descriptions in the Puranas are actually the key to better understand the history of our planet and the universe in a on at a broader sense. So this was a writing I came across, and I thought I will share it because that is very interesting. This more or less all the time goes on in the mind about the spiritual aspect and the technology used to spread the spirituality, or as in a general term, with lot of course, lot of questions, curiosity, and doubts also. So this was about what people kind of people existed in the previous Kali Yugas, and why were they the way they are. So the appearance of the people may differ because of their own interests, and the interests may be conditioned according to their habits and the places they live in. And so this is a challenge. So appearance, as they say, appearances are always deceptive. So here also we have to find out why we are subject to various kind of various kind of forms that come in front of us and disturb us, as whether this is a particular thing or another particular thing or whatever. And it looks as if it is very much like a human being, but the asuras, they become powerful and produce mystic weapons and attack other planets, and this has been going on since long. So we are to understand that we must find out ourselves and take the responsibility. Who else will come and be explaining? So this is very very much essential. So that was about it. Haribol. Thank you.